Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you a Night Finder level 1 modification tutorial. And I say level 1 just because that's what I named it. I have many other kind of levels that I make, and this is just why I named this one. And first you're going to need a Night Finder, industrial replacement spring. I'm using the Ace number 49 spring. And here, this is actually the catch spring, which is an Ace number 2 spring, cut down to the Night Finder catch size. Next to it is an O-ring. It's a Danko number 14 O-ring, and it has a 15/16 outer diameter and 3/4 inch inner diameter. I'm going to be using a hacksaw. It's a 1/2 inch CPVC coupler. Silicone grease from Ace Hardware. This is plumbing goop, screwdriver, CPVC 1/2 inch, and 1/2 inch thin wall PVC, which I get at my local Lowe's. And this is also just some craft foam that's pretty thick, you can see here. And I've used it multiple times. It's going to be for padding the plunger head. Alright, here I've unscrewed the blaster, and don't lose this piece right here. It's a little nut that allows you to screw back on your handle cap. And I've unscrewed the plunger tube, and that's the only thing I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be taking out the light today, just because time's sake and stuff like that. So here I've already unscrewed these 2 screws. Make sure that this spring doesn't fly, because it has a tendency to do that. So here I have mine facing the wall, so if it does fly, then it'll just kind of bounce right back to me. So let's try to take it out with one hand. Okay, no problems with it flying. And all we're going to need is the actual plunger tube itself for now. Get rid of that screw. Whatever. And you'll notice that it's glued shut right here, and I can't just pull it apart. So we're going to have to boil some water to get that apart. I'll show you that right here. Okay, very surprisingly, I realized that mine actually just comes right off. Maybe it's just my Night Finder, because I actually got this in a twin pack of 2 Night Finders. So that could be it. Maybe be one of the older style that doesn't have the glue. But if you do have glue, what I do is get hot water in a cup, or I actually get a cup of water and then stick it in the microwave and wait till it boils, then open it up and just dip it straight in, let it sit there for 15-20 seconds, take it out, and then use a small knife to peel apart the 2 segments like I just did. Next, we're going to take out our air restrictor. Here I have my 1/2 inch drill bit and plunger tube. I'm just going to gently go in. Start slow. And there, I just took out the entire thing. You see, drill this hole, make sure it looks all nice and clean. Actually, we're going to be taking this part out, so stay tuned in a second. Okay, here I'm actually going to be using my Dremel, which I didn't mention on the list of things just because I want to try to do this without my Dremel, but for time's sake, I actually am. You can also use some wire cutters, or actually a hobby knife, to take out those 3 pegs that you see right there. I'm just going to Dremel that out for you. As you can see, I've Dremeled that almost completely out. I'm just going to get some sandpaper and sand that down really fast. Okay, here it is all evened out on the edge right here. And what you want is your straight CPVC coupler, which will slide in and out very nicely, like so. Okay, and we're going to actually now take this CPVC coupler and cut it in half. And we're doing that because this mod is supposed to be 0 dead space, and when you use a coupler in a Nite Finder, we're only going to be using one side, so we might as well take out the other side so we can get rid of all that dead space. Okay, here's what you should have. It's just half the coupler, but we left the ridge on the very inside of there, so it doesn't, the CPVC doesn't go all the way through. And I just use my hacksaw to do this. Okay, here I have the plunger tube with the plunger rod all the way inside as far as it will go, because there is this inside section right here that I did not take out that is stopping it from going any further. And what we want to do is get our CPVC coupler so the cut end, the end that you just cut, is facing downward and the coupler face is facing upward inside of here, perfectly center. And I'm going to put this in a layer of goop, put it right on, and it'll be perfectly flush with my plunger head that I put in there. Okay, here I have the plunger head and rod and catch, and I'm going to be unscrewing the plunger head from the plunger rod. So I can get to the spring. Let's take that out. Put our beefy Ace number 49, our industrial spring on. You can also use a K26, which is what I usually use, but for this video I'm not. Okay, here, just screw this back on. And now we're going to increase the seal. So you'll notice originally with the stock seal, it slides very, very, very smoothly through the plunger tube. And we want to make that a bit tighter so it can be airtight, but not too tight to the point that we slow down the plunger head. This is an art and it takes a while to perfect, depending on your gun, the type of materials you use, and things like that. So let's get started.